move to how can Pan-Africanism, or how can I use, how can Ugandan use, how can Rwandese use can be involved or gain from Pan-African movement Uganda chapter. Then I will pose this question to you briefly. Do you believe in DNA tests or?
Apart from, you see, science can be used positively or negatively. What is happening, and science can go wrong, horribly wrong by the way. I'm even not sure about the efficacy of the DNA that is being carried out, the reagents, the equipment.
I want us to use the soft English such that our viewers can.
Okay.
What is
efficacy?
Efficacy.
You are narrating your audience. They know some of these things. The efficacy is the percentage truthfulness, the clarity that actually I have carried out the DNA and it has given me positive or correct information.
Sure.
Because there is, we have had science for some whatever reasons giving results which are not necessarily true.
Even in COVID,
yes,
the test they did after
COVID is a very good example.
Sure.
But I want to believe though, because DNA is not a recent thing, it is just picking up on the African continent and in Uganda in particular, and it is becoming like an infectious kind of disease where it threatens to break up families. But I want to believe that, because when you look at the history of DNA, by 18 something, the DNA was discovered, and it was very popular in countries like Europe. They were carrying out DNA. Now, DNA is not necessarily meant to test whether the children are yours, or because we seem to fix the purpose of DNA and box it into that. DNA is for other worthy. I'm not saying that even testing whether children are yours or not is not worthy, but there are other worthy health-related issues for which DNA is meant to help, and DNA has for a very long time helped in identifying and also helping in making sure that once some of the aspects that are picked up by DNA tests are identified, then a disease is traced and is cured, given appropriate medication. In the same way, even identifying that you were from this kind of genetic formation, and these are your descendants, is equally important. I think all we need to do as a leadership, therefore, is to manage DNA.
Apart from whether getting whether children is used or not, you said what is the other use of DNA?
Oh, most important actually, what DNA does, the scientists and the medical doctors I have shared will tell you that they will, when they carry out DNA, they will know that genetically you are from a certain gene that suffers from, say, an eye defect. And they will know that at birth, they are supposed to administer certain medication to prevent, because it is genetic. If your great-grandfather was having, say, a certain recessive gene, and they carry out DNA, you are intending to marry, for instance, and all of you suffer by your test of DNA, you have a certain commonality, that recessiveness in, say, for instance, genetic formation, then they will advise you not to marry, because the children you're going to produce will certainly suffer from, say, albinism.
Is Scovia watching us live from Dubai? He's like, are you a history lecturer or a storyteller?
All historians are actually storytellers, and the best lecturers are good storytellers. I have taught at secondary school. Of course, I have a bachelor's degree from Makerere University in education. I have another bachelor's degree in law. I have a master's in education. I have a PhD which is almost being completed, where I combined education and law, because I investigated the nexus, or for that matter, if you want, because you will say we're using very hard English, but let me bring it down.
Sure.
I investigated the impact of civic education in the legal, civic education to the elections management in Uganda, in the environment, the legal environment. Now you can see that I borrowed part of my legal knowledge and I embedded it in my education knowledge to come up with a discipline. And also it was helped because I had an experience of working with the Electoral Commission, where I identified some of these gaps for over 11 years. So yes, I am all that.
Oh,
yes.
Now, you are still watching Mais One TV. You can share with your friend, such that we can both enjoy this a very, very, very good content from Council of Rugarama.
Participants, I have talked about the brains behind the Pan-Africanism as an ideology. The W.W. Du Bois, the McAllister, the Marcus Garvey, the Dr. Martin Luther King, this Malcolm X, the Dr. Umar Johnson currently, the now Louis Farrakhan, the Usejefoa, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the Thomas Sankara, the Patrice Lumumba, the Amilcar Cabral, all these, I can go on and on and on. They were youth. These were not old men.